You might come across this in your forthcoming exam. Here is exactly how to crack it. How many grams of hydrogen bromide would exactly be required to react with 2 grams of propyl? Propyl, you need to first know what propyl is. Propyl propyl is C3H4. So this is the chemical formula of propyl. And we're given hydrogen bromide. So hydrogen bromide rightly given there is just HBr, hydrogen bromide. Next thing to do is to balance your equation. Balance your equation, and that will be, you say C3H4 plus HBr. This would give us C3H6Br2. And so this equation is not balanced. In order to balance this equation, note we have bromine on the product side, that there's 2 bromine, then on the reactant side there's just 1 bromine. So in order to balance this equation, it becomes C3H4 plus 2HBr. If you're having problem balancing chemical equation, I'll drop a link to the videos on how to balance chemical equation, which C3H6Br2. And so now we have a balanced chemical equation. So the first thing is to write out the chemical formula of propyl and hydrogen bromide. Next is to balance chemical equation. The next thing we'll do is we interpret this our balanced chemical equation. And how do we do that? You interpret it. We have 1 mole of 1 mole of propyl C3H4. How do I know that it's 1 mole of propyl? There's an invisible one here, so it's called 1 mole of propyl. Then we'd say requires 2 mole here, 2 mole of hydrogen bromide, 2 mole HBr, 2 mole of hydrogen bromide, and to give 1 mole, there's an invisible one here also, 1 mole of C3H6Br2. So next, we just interpret the chemical equation. The next thing to do now is to solve for the molar mass of both. We'll find the molar mass of both this and also this. And not forgetting, we'll make use of the numbers of moles. That becomes, that's the molar mass of, say, 1 C3H4, say 1 open bracket times 12 times 3. Don't forget the atomic mass of carbon is 12, so I just say 12 times 3 here, close bracket, plus, I want to make there be a bigger bracket here, so these are 1, plus, we just say hydrogen is what? Hydrogen is 1 times 4, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 times the numbers of atoms here 4, and this would give us 12 times 3. 12 times 3 is 36. We have 1 bracket 36 plus 1 times 4 is 4. So this becomes 1 in bracket 36 plus 4 is 40. And 40 times 1 is 40. So this is 40 grams. So we've been able to solve for the molar mass of propyl using the balanced chemical equation. That's why I was multiplying it by 1. Next, we solve for that of hydrogen bromide, this one here. So we use 2 and we multiply the entire atomic mass of hydrogen bromide by 2. And here's how to go about that. Say 2 moles of hydrogen bromide, right? Br, which is 2 in a big bracket, then in a small bracket. Our hydrogen is, say, 1 times 1 close bracket plus our bromine is 80. So we say 1, because there's an invisible 1 here. So also an invisible 1 here. So we say 1 times 80, which is the atomic mass of bromine. Well, in brackets, which will give us 2. 1 times 1 is 1 plus 1 times 80 is 80. Close bracket. This would give us 2 times 80 plus 1 is 81. So 2 times 81 would give us 162. 162 grams. And this is of hydrogen bromide. So the molar mass of the balanced equation of propyl is 40 grams here, while that of hydrogen bromide is 162 grams. Once this is established, next we'll make use of Sam's relation. And Sam's relation is what is given times what we want over what is known from what is given. What is known from what is given. And in making use of this proportion, we need to remember that from our equation, I would go back, so we'd see from our equation says how many grams of hydrogen bromide, meaning what we want is hydrogen bromide, keep that in mind, would exactly be required to react with 2 grams of propyl. So we're giving 2 grams of propyl. So what is given will become 2 times the molar mass of hydrogen bromide, which is 162. We just solved it now, over 40, and that will be, so here's how to finalize this calculation. Becomes what is given was 2, right, times what we want is hydrogen bromide, and that is this here, 162 grams. So say 162 over what do we know from what is given is actually the molar mass of propyl, but this molar mass was solved based on the balanced chemical equation. So sorry, we got 40, not 60. So we got 40. So if you multiply, you say 162 times 2. 162 times 2, you are going to end up with 324. 324 over 40 Moving further, 324 divide by 40, and your final answer will be 8.1 grams. 8.1 grams of hydrogen bromide. So we'll go back and check if any option tallies with 8.1 grams. I'm going back to check. You'd see that an option tallies with 8.1 grams. That's option C. Option C tallies with it. So option C is the correct option. Would you like some other practice questions based on this? Click on the link in the description below. You win. Just believe.